Again, I'm not suggesting this is a good or an even... Or, well, yeah, it is a good. I'm not suggesting it's a cheap way of doing this. But, oh, that lagged out so badly. I'm not certain if I can actually recover this. Let's see. Maybe able to get enough height back, but that lagged out really badly. I'm not... Oh, and that dropped. That's something that can happen occasionally. No idea why it happens, and I am poisoned. I don't know if poison effects are implemented though on Uchu, which is good. Okay, let's try that again, but I'm going to unplug my power so my computer won't randomly throttle my CPU to 20%. Should make things a bit better. Whoa, and it did that again. Okay, so that's a thing I've noted before. I have no idea what causes it. That random drop out of the air. It's a thing that can happen. I should be clear, I basically haven't prepared for this. I did one test run, but ran out of spring shoes halfway across because I had 4 left, I think, at the point I went for the jump, which, for obvious reasons, wasn't enough. I nearly managed to make it, actually, but not close enough. It's that drop that occasionally happens. I still don't know what causes it. Regardless, I think this is recoverable. Get that up. You're kidding me. Oh well. It's 100% possible, I just need to use one extra. I really thought I had it, and so didn't bother. As you can see, that's an expensive way across. That took about, I'd say, around 12,000 coins. I think I was on 80 when I started that attempt. Something like that, anyway. And again, with the random falling. I don't know what it is that causes that. I don't know how it works. Which means it's really hard to do anything about it. Actually, I guess maybe I might have an idea as to what it is, actually. Okay, my theory has just been proven wrong. I don't think I can recover this. I don't know what's doing that. Oh, now it does damage. Ouch. No point using that. What can I smash it by? I also will need to deplete my imagination once I've done. There we go, I've got a bit of armor. Actually, why am I doing that? Oh no, I should not use buff me, because if I use buff me, I'm going to start with a load of imagination I need to get rid of. Because for those who don't know, you can't have imagination whilst spring jump, or for at least for the most efficient spring jumps. As long as nothing goes wrong, we should have this. That is actually doable. So I forget the precise route. There's a way you're meant to get there, and you can just skip it entirely with a normal jump. I think you might need a speed boost, but that's about it. That was trying to smash something from the ice room, I think. Or was it trying to smash this? It's probably trying to smash that. And just... Ooh, it can miss. I didn't know that can miss. That's actually quite interesting. And this is going to require height gain, and so that's going to be really difficult. That is doable. I don't know if I can do it in this attempt. And know that I've already completely gone off my... Oh, wait. How do I have imagination? That's... Okay. That's why I was finding that so difficult. Well, I don't know if that was why, but certainly... Go away before the imagination drops. Managed it, nice. In fact, it may not have, yeah. It didn't even smash. There we are, okay. Let's go. Nice. Trying my hardest not to whistle the music I have playing in the background, but it is a bop. And the drop. What is it with the drop? I've yet to work out. Really? Okay. I'm not even certain, like, what this helps with. I'm fairly certain, like, the whole point of this is to get you to that lantern or something. Which is kind of, like, the aim of this whole thing is to see what I could skip in Ninjago. Or how much Ninjago I could... Again, why? How much Ninjago I could do without Spinjitzu. Or, I guess, without... With nothing but Wu's imagination stuff. Because, I mean, technically... That is a Spinjitzu weapon. For anyone interested, I'm listening to Clint Sue's piano nice. Arrangement of Flight of the Silverbird by Two Steps from Hell. Very good piece of music. And that almost felt like it was correlated because I had a lag spike there. Right, I'm just going to go with, I know this is possible. I figured I might be able to first try it, and it turns out that really, really has not been the case. And there, I drop. Why do I drop? So, I mean, this is a challenge for any of you watching. Can you work out what it is that's going on? Because, I mean, you can potentially hear my key presses. Like, obviously, that doesn't tell you which key I'm pressing, and I don't have a good way, like, off the top of my head of demonstrating to you guys exactly which keys I'm pressing when I am. What is happening? So what it feels like... Okay, let's just try this. Even if I'm in midair, that's okay. That's a little bit odd because I was wondering if it had something to do with whether I'm in a falling or a sliding state. Whether the game, sorry, a jumping or sliding state. No, because the game treats me as in a standing state. That's why I'm able to attack. And here we are. This looks, assuming I don't get that bug, this looks like it should be it. Not actually 100% certain if I would have made that otherwise, but yeah, okay. So here we are. That was all of that for a single heart flag. Because I can't use any of those. I think one of them might be meant to get you through here, but I mean, obviously, it can't get me through here. Is the crack actually large enough? So confirmed, just large enough to be possible, not large enough to be feasible. Great. This is one place I always really wanted to just give a go with spring shoes, because like it's designed that the only way across would be the bouncer, but it not with spring shoes it isn't. See what the best starting point is, but I think it probably is here. Yeah, this looks relatively doable if I have enough. I meant to add more. What even is that? Fancy. Not seen that. Well, I probably have at some point, but I don't remember seeing it before. Okay, and let's go. So it interests me that it's possible to get through that crack. Honestly, I should have just done that earlier rather than going back up and down. There we are. Okay, so that's doable. I think this is a bouncer, if I recall correctly. Yeah. Again, I nearly went for slash buff me. Bad idea. I mean, I just have to smash my character and respawn. Okay. And now, now I need a way out. Okay, so this was... I didn't even think before picking that up. So this was my issue in Hardcore LU a while back, which is that, yeah, I completely soft-locked my character. And if I were to try and do this on a character, I would now have just completely soft-locked it because I didn't plan ahead. Yeah, I don't think there's a way out of this room. Okay, I mean, some standable areas here. How would I get out? I think most of this is solid. Interesting, that area is not even standable. This area isn't. Okay, in theory, it's possible to fly that high up, but, like, I'd say that's still out of the question for the foreseeable future. In terms of practical things anyone might ever do. So. Which means, okay, is this standable? Is there any way standable here? Okay, that's a good start. Because I could make it up here with spring jumping. Again, spring jumping OP plus no nerf. I don't think that's doable. It's hard enough to get back through with flight because you've got to, like, yeah, I think you need a proper out of bounds for this. Or specifically, I think you need an out of bounds that gets you onto the roof. And one of those doesn't exist at the moment. You need a way in as well. But also, that's pointless because, like, I found one room you would get soft locked if you ever went into. So maybe this is just genuinely impossible. These places it would be nice to find a way up into. Nice to find a way up here. Issue is lots of Maelstrom down there, which will distract this. Because that targets the nearest. Smashable, of which Maelstrom do count. And I can't get up there, because getting up there actually requires, if I recall correctly... That's really low, actually. I'm fairly certain this... Does this only... Is there a bouncer down here somewhere for that? I'm fairly certain there wasn't, but maybe there is. I also assumed this was an Earth Lantern requirement. It might just... No, this is just a bouncer, isn't it? I'm an idiot. Oh, someone's game knowledge is lacking, isn't it? I may have already finished the quick build anyway. So I'm noticing more choppiness than when I normally record. Okay, so this at least gets me height, which is always nice. Why is this being so choppy? But as for a way out... As for out, it's not getting me anything, and I honestly don't expect it to, so I may just end this here as kind of a, well, it was nice to think about whether or not I could skip out major parts of Ninjago. The answer is no. Because again, no way of breaking through here. That's solid. You need the Iceland. Okay, technically that's a lie. Technically, if I recall correctly, you don't need the ice lantern. You need someone to have gone through with the ice lantern. So it is possible with an assist, but it's not possible without. This is your most likely complete out of bounds, but again, not useful getting out of bounds if, like, okay, sure, you can get back in bounds, but you then get permanently stuck. So again, even if you could get out of there, yeah, it's kind of pointless. Can't think of a useful. What just happened? Wait a sec, what just happened? Oh, did I? Okay, was that... Did I actually move... Okay, so it felt like I moved faster, but was that just camera motion? That may well just be camera motion. So I think what happened was I entered the loading zone for those, and I assumed that I had moved faster because I suddenly saw myself shooting across somewhere. Yes, so I did something like this. Yeah, okay, and I suddenly saw what looked like me shooting upwards, whereas in reality I was not shooting upwards. Don't even... Is there even a way in here? Yes, there is. Okay, so technically there's a way into this shrine. I don't think... There wasn't a way into the... That's going to disorient me every time. It's actually just going to reorient me. Yeah, I do not think there's a way into the lightning shrine. Even so, the thing with spring shoes is they, in theory, do give you arbitrary amounts of height. Where's that? That bounces in bounds. Shame. Is this the ice? Okay. Oh no, this is the lightning shrine. So in theory, if you could make it all the way up here with spring jumps, you could get out. That is theoretically possible. Note the incredibly heavy emphasis on the word theoretically. If anyone ever manages that, I will be incredibly impressed. I'm not going to say, like, humanly impossible. What I am going to say is that I don't think anyone will ever try and do it. So, effectively humanly impossible. Or, no, I'm sure somebody will try and do it, but I don't think enough people will try and do it for anyone to get it. So yeah, I think I'm just going to round this off here. I made some attempts, but in reality, if you want to get out of bounds in Ninjago, the old ways are often the best. Specifically, the old ways being going up to this, logging out partway through it. I think that's all I really have to say here. Yeah, I mean, again, there are almost certainly standard out of bounds you could do involving just spring jumping incredibly high, but again, those aren't particularly interesting. Like, any world other than moon base is technically breakable. If you try and do that. And honestly, Ninjago isn't one of the most usefully breakable ones. Like, so what if I manage to get out of bounds? Like, okay, there are things you could skip. Like, imagine getting the golden weapons early. That would be pretty cool. But not much more than that. So that is in theory useful, but I don't think that's really practical anytime soon with spring jumping. And if you want to just get out of bounds here, then the standard method, which I haven't shown on here, so I'll just describe quite quickly. Well, it's incredibly easy to describe, but I will go to the place just so you can see it. Here we are, and it's here. Yeah. So it's this lantern. If you interact with this lantern and log out whilst on the map, you're like over this area, log back in, you'll be good. You may do some tricks to ensure you don't get smashed by the death plane, but it's all feasible. With that, thank you very much for listening. I've been Intro You. I will see you around. Bye.